This episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hey guys, I'm Kev.
Yo, this is Del.
I am Tibby.
And Zainal here.
And we are
The Wayang Crew. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys, how's it going?
We're all back this week, minus Del, so we've got Khai, Tibby, and Zainal here with us on today's episode of the Wayang Crew. First up, as I mentioned, it's Khai. What's up, Khai?
Nothing much, man. Thank you for having me again. I'm starting to love this podcast. I love the free stuff you give me.
He's in the Dell's seat.
Yeah, you're in Del's seat.
That's
Should I act like Del today?
Yeah.
You could, if you want to.
Okay,
He's the
alright.
fact checker.
Okay,
All right?
I'm gonna play Del. Role play.
You gotta play Del.
You gotta check all the facts.
Up next, we've got Tibby.
Hey.
What's up?
Nothing much.
It's hot today.
It's very hot.
That's the first thing you
Today
said to
and
me.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's the first thing you said to me when you got here.
Very hot.
You just said it's hot.
And I don't want my car to overheat again, so I was like, I'm really worried.
What?
Because that was last thing that happened.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
I got bakam.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what's the cupping.
Cupping.
The cupping, yeah.
The
The cupping
cupping.
massage.
Just one
thing.
spot?
The-
No.
Don't say the cupping massage because that sounds wrong.
Bakam. Google it up.
All right, Bakam. Up next, it's Zainal.
Yo!
What's up?
What's up, man?
I'm good. You?
I'm tired.
From all the driving up and down?
Yeah, I know.
This hot, scorching.
It's
day.
I think yesterday I didn't drive down to Bandar KB.
You refuse to.
I refused to. I was like,
You-
I'm going to stay in KB. And then that was the first time in 8 days of driving in the afternoon and coming back midnight.
Wow.
Every single day.
And you're going to be doing that tonight as well.
We're going to do that tonight, tomorrow, and then leading up to this show that we're doing some shows.
Yeah, we're doing some shows. All right, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, this is, of course, a movie podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam. I'm your host, Kev, and on this week's show, we'll be talking about Tomb Raider, which is currently showing in Brunei cinemas. We all checked it out yesterday.
Lies!
I feel like we should also
Nice.
You saw it
mention
yesterday.
I saw it,
that
yeah, I saw it.
this movie has not played in America yet.
Yeah.
We're a week early.
We're already
Oh,
early.
really?
Yeah, so needless to say, this could go into spoiler territory,
Definitely, for
What-
sure.
We will go into spoilers if you're listening to us from America.
which we know you are.
We do have quite a few listeners from the US.
I know. I'm not.
and they're
surprised.
not VPNing, right?
I hope not.
What I mean by lies is, I mean, let's just wait until.
Let's wait.
This movie is in my top 5 most anticipated movie. Of
So
the
you
year.
are the most disappointed.
Yes.
I'm tapping TB on the shoulder. I'm patting him.
All right. Also on this episode, it's the third installment of our run-up to Avengers Infinity War. Today we'll be talking about Captain America, the first Avenger, and the first Avengers movie. So that's later on in the show.
Yeah.
But first, as usual, let's get to the news. And anyone check out the Mary Poppins trailer?
No, I have not.
Yes!
Except for Zainal, because it's his top
Number
5
one.
most anticipated.
I have a
movie.
confession to make. I've never seen the original one.
What?
Same. I
That's
have.
alright.
All right, nice.
All right.
Okay, we don't need to be close friends.
Why should we hold hands in the park?
All right, I checked it out as well, just like Zainal. I'm excited for this. It harkens back a lot to the original movie.
It's got like this one song, and it was the darker version of that song.
Yeah.
It's a sequel, right?
It's a
It's a
sequel.
proper
yeah.
It's not a
sequel, yeah.
remake, it's a sequel.
Yeah, so the kids, Jane and Michael, are now grown up, and apparently the synopsis for this movie is that they have their own kids, and they have some problems with their kids. And
then-
Bert is still around, I think, played by Lin-Manuel
that
Miranda.
Bert?
Well, he's a chimney sweep, and he recognizes Mary when she comes back.
Huh, maybe he was a kid when, there was a kid chimney sweep.
When he was a duster, maybe he was a duster. And he grew
Well,
up
we'll
to be-
find out. I don't know. I don't think it's that Bert.
Oh, no?
I don't think it's Bert.
Okay, it's probably a different chimney sweep.
Yeah.
Maybe
in
he
the
was
same universe.
maybe he was the kid chimney sweep.
Yeah.
You know,
I've heard stories about you.
Yeah. But how does he know, like, that's Mary Poppins? Because if I saw a lady coming down from the sky with an umbrella,
I would say it's Mary Poppins.
you would call the cops. Pops first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That or Nanny McPhee. Like, what?
Either one. Anyway, I'm excited for this. Zainal's excited for this.
Very excited,
Khai and Tibby are just looking at us. They have no idea.
We're wondering where it went wrong.
All right, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Oscars, which happened last week. We're not going to go through the full list, although there were, a couple of things that happened that are notable. The biggest thing is that The Shape of Water wins the Best Picture
Yes.
at the 90th Academy
yet to
Awards.
watch that.
You haven't
Ooh,
watched
it's
it?
amazing.
It's good. I watched it, and we'll talk about it during ARCHIE Liat later on. Zainal, have you checked it out?
No.
No?
How?
Huh?
Rent it
Rent it.
from Amazon or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simpleton.
We'll talk about that at apa Liat Liat. Macam mana Liat Liat?
That's a good one.
Right. Up next, Wonder Woman 2
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa,
yes.
really?
Kristen Wiig.
could begin
Oh.
filming as early as May
Yes.
this
Kristen
year.
Wiig?
Was she writing it? She'll be
She's
in
the
it?
villain.
Oh, she's
She's the villain. She
Cheetah.
plays Cheetah.
No, I can't take it seriously.
Okay,
Who's this?
Patty Jenkins,
Kristen Wiig.
okay, has confirmed that
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, Kristen Wiig,
Bridesmaids.
yeah,
SNL.
Bridesmaids
Okay.
from
Yeah.
SNL. Kristen Wiig is going to be playing Cheetah, who is the villain character in the Wonder Woman universe. You said you can't take her seriously.
Zainal said.
I can't take her seriously. I don't know.
Have you seen The Martian? Because she's in The Martian and she plays a serious role.
But I feel like
but
her
she-
most serious role would be Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah.
great film.
Yeah.
Wait, was she also the one with the bone sister brothers, bone twins? The
What?
bone twins? No.
They were stuck together.
I'll
They
forget
shared one bone.
it. No, never mind.
Are you excited for this, Kristen Wiig?
I liked the first Wonder Woman. I thought it was one of the better films in the DC Extended Universe.
I think it's the best so far.
What am I talking about? You're right. It's probably Why do I pretend like there's better films in there?
There aren't, Kai. No, we've talked about this.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Wonder Woman was good.
Okay, so yeah, the addition of Kristen Wiig as the villain Cheetah, I think, there was a photo that was released by Patty Jenkins with this announcement, and it doesn't look like the typical Kristen Wiig that we know.
Right, yeah.
She looks, different.
Yeah,
Right.
I trust you have to trust Patty Jenkins at this point because I think she's the only director who's consistently she's been right with what the move she's made.
Yeah.
She makes sense.
Yeah, so I think I think having Kristen Wiig,
makes
like she
sense.
must see something in Kristen Wiig that we can't see yet in a way.
Or maybe they're just friends.
Or maybe they're just friends.
Happy Women's International
Women's Day.
Women Empowerment.
Equality.
Any Terminator fans here?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
Terminator.
except for number 5.
Yeah.
I lost count. I lost.
There's been 5.
been
Terminator,
5?
Judgment Day, Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
I call it another
Christian
word.
Bale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Christian Bale was Salvation, which was the
Fourth one.
Fourth one, yeah. With
Wait, fifth one was who?
Fifth one was...
fifth one was what's
Was
his
they
name?
running
No, they rebooted. It's Emilia Clarke with Jay
yeah.
Courtney.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then
Oh.
and then you have the
series.
John Connor who was sort of altered.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
was
like
in
half.
nanomachines,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a nanomachine.
Yep.
thing. Anyway, the new Terminator movie is said to start shooting this summer.
Yes.
All right, so that's maybe June, July.
Is Governor gonna be there?
Yeah,
Yes, he's back.
Arnold is back as Arnold. Back as Terminator.
I can't wait
Emilia
to do
Clarke
this
again?
one.
Huh?
No, they're okay. So this is confusing because Terminator 1 and 2 are on the same prime timeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terminator 3 is considered the prime timeline, although there's been an alteration in Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator 4 is a sequel to Terminator 3, which are both half sequels to Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Terminator 5 was a direct sequel to Terminator 2,
Yep.
omitting Terminator 3 and 4.
Yep, it was new timeline.
Yeah, it was so basically imagine if Judgment Day actually happened because we know Judgment Day was averted,
Yep.
but in Terminator 3 it told us that it found a new way around it.
Yeah.
Skynet. But Terminator 6 is supposedly undoing 3, 4, 5 by being Terminator 3.
Yeah. It's gonna discount 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5 never existed.
Never happened. This is the real Terminator 3 that James Cameron's been trying to do for 25 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the rights have now reverted back to him to produce it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's back and he's Arnold's back as well. Although I don't know how this is gonna work because Arnold's 70 years old.
So
Make it work.
CGI.
so apparently he's not gonna play a T-800.
Oh, he's not?
He's not.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys know, in Terminator 3, there's a deleted scene which I thought was amazing. Is that Skynet was run by a military officer that was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then he didn't have the usual accent.
Yeah.
He had like an American.
Yeah,
what was
so Skynet recognized him as the father of Skynet.
Yep.
And hence why every robot looked like him.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to bring that idea back.
it? So that guy. So Arnold will play that guy.
Like something like that. Like they say he may not play a...
There's no trailer yet. Or
Nothing.
just-
They just
Yeah,
cast
no.
someone.
They just casted Mackenzie Davis.
Right, yes.
Alright.
To play as a lead in the Terminator reboot, but we're not sure what she's going to be playing. Who, or,
Nice.
we're not sure what her role is going to be. But it does say here that it's going to be a reboot. Whether or not it's a total reboot of the franchise,
Right.
or as Khai mentioned, it's going to discount 3, 4, and 5.
They're
We
just
don't know.
gonna wedge it in like,
Somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about time travel films.
Yeah,
You can
this is the
just-
problem with time travel films.
Yep.
They can just go back at any point and just...
Yeah, I like it. Like,
Kev,
just-
am I wrong, or did they say Linda Hamilton may make a cameo?
Linda Hamilton is sort of mentioned in this article.
Right, yeah,
but
that's
then
what I
again, if Linda Hamilton's in there, then it's sort of understood that she will play Sarah Connor.
Yes.
But as you mentioned from that Terminator 3 deleted scene,
Yeah.
anything could happen. She could be another Terminator
Right, yeah.
sent back in time to sort of trick
Yeah,
John and say, look, John, help me. I'm your mother, like in Terminator 2. Yeah,
That's
maybe.
true, yeah.
All right. Here's another movie from the 80s that is gonna get a sequel, Top Gun.
Maverick.
Yeah.
This has been going on, last 3 years?
A year and a half, maybe they've been talking about it.
I've never seen the original.
Last year.
Okay, the original is an advertisement for Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Danger Zone.
Yeah, it's an advertisement for Ray-Ban sunglasses and netball.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I never bought Ray-Ban sunglasses.
I'm not making this up. We went through an 80s binge in college, and when we hit Top Gun, the next day my friend walked in the apartment with new Ray-Bans. And I go, why? He goes, I don't know, man. Tom Cruise looked really good in it.
What's his name?
Iceman and
Maverick.
Yeah.
Maverick.
I-
Goose.
Goose.
Who
Goose
dies.
was his, yeah.
Spoiler. Anyway,
It's been 30 years. It's fair game.
Timmy mentioned that this has been going on, this whole announcements. The sequel is gonna start shooting in summer. Alright, so that's June, July this year. And the reason why we're talking about it again is because, like you mentioned, last year, during the Mummy press tours, Tom Cruise was talking about, the possibility of a Top Gun movie, and that's when the title dropped, Top Gun Maverick.
From what I heard, it's going to be more like Maverick is now an instructor at
Yep.
the flight academy.
Maverick's gonna play, the instructor role as in the first
Yeah.
I
Top
have
Gun
a
movie.
feeling this is going to be a flop, and the other lead actor would be a black actor.
Is it still relevant though? I mean, Top Gun and
They're gonna have a Chinese.
The best thing about Top Gun is that he hooked up with his instructor.
No, the civilian informant constructor.
Yeah.
Kelly McGillis.
An older woman.
Boom, 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 boom. Great. No, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so Tom Cruise is a man who can do very little wrong for me.
Okay.
Like his
Except-
wrong.
except The Mummy.
I was gonna say his wrongs include The Mummy and Jack Reacher 2.
Okay.
In the last 3-4 years.
All right.
So I don't know. I guess I'll watch it. I'm interested, but I'm not holding my breath.
I'll watch it, but the question goes back to, is it relevant in this day and age? Because nowadays we have computers that do most of the, the flying. But okay, maybe if you bring in the dogfighting element of,
I guess.
jet fight.
But
maybe.
what was the point of the first film?
I don't know.
I forgot the...
They had
Yeah,
the,
right.
Had,
Like there was never really a point to that movie.
they had the need for speed.
I just remember Goose died.
Yeah, that was sad.
He was... let's move on.
Let's move on. All right, biggest movie of 2018 is gonna be
The
Solo.
Avengers, Infinity War.
Someone said
Tibby and
Solo.
I are no longer friends.
Who said Solo?
I said Solo.
Tibby.
because
my
that's his number one movie for 2018.
Yeah.
Not even Infinity War.
No, Solo. That was...
I should have brought
number
you a Chewbacca pop instead.
You have much to learn. Anyway, Disney has debuted a new Avengers Infinity War trailer, but it's not for you. It's only for the shareholders.
Right, yeah, the boardroom meeting.
The boardroom meeting. Disney recently had a boardroom meeting for all their shareholders and stockholders. Someone who is a part owner of the company. You do get, inside information and whatnot. And a brand new trailer was shown to these people at the meeting. Apparently it was really good, but
I expect this movie
The
to destroy.
reason
see
why it's my number one movie, because it's coming out in December.
What are you talking about?
Solo?
Yeah.
Solo is May 25th.
Never mind. Ignore my last statement.
Oh, well.
Or was it because that's
So
a good
what was
way
the
to...
reasoning?
Was it a good way to close the year?
No, because my birthday in December.
Aww, but you got Aquaman. Okay, no. As I said it, I realized. Yeah. As I said it, I realized what I said.
Anyway,
There's
more.
no Pirates movie to see.
No,
There's no Pirates movie
Zero.
this year.
There's no more Pirates movies ever, right?
We don't know that.
Oh, because I was under the impression Johnny Depp said he's done.
But the thing is, as
Who
long
knows?
22 million now.
because money. Anyway, more Infinity War news. We got a new look at Spider-Man's Iron Spider armor. Did you guys see this photo?
I did. It's a spoiler.
Yeah, it's a spoiler because there was a toy sort of concept.
From Diamond Select Toys.
Yep, and it was, it was embossed right there. There was a watermark pending approval.
Yep.
Whether or not this was, a toy that they could release. But the pictures leaked out and it shows Spider-Man in his new Iron Spider suit. And he has
The extra 4 mechanical arms.
Spoiler alert.
So he's like Doc Ock.
Yeah, basically.
Well, technically, it's Spider-Man. Spiders have
8 arms.
Eight.
arms. So.
No, but spiders have 8 legs and he only has 4. So he's only half us.
No, he's got 6 because he got his actual
Yes.
legs.
Right.
Yeah, so he's got 8 limbs, so to speak.
Okay,
So
so
we'll have
4
8
plus
limbs.
4, that's 8. But he can't walk.
On his arms? I feel like he could. He's Spider-Man.
Spiders can't talk.
Are you excited for it? I am.
I'm dying. I can't wait.
All right, it's next month. It's
April 26th in
April
Brunei.
26th in
Yes.
Brunei. Internationally
April
and in the US,
27.
April 27.
Myanmar,
And there was some. And there was
anyone
some,
know when it's going out in Myanmar?
They're gonna translate it first, so April 28th.
what happened last week as well, or I think it was the week before, was that in a big publicity stunt, you had Robert Downey Jr. commented on Marvel's official Twitter
Yeah.
account
You're right, yeah.
to say, hey, could you maybe release the movie a little bit earlier?
Yeah.
And then Marvel goes, sure, Mr. Stark, just for you, we're gonna release it on April 27th.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was this was
This
thought out.
whole thing staged.
Yeah, it's staged, but it's kind of nice.
It is. It's good to know like the stars are so involved with the film.
Yeah.
So Marvel was one of those movies, cinematic universes where the stars are the ones that make up the stories.
Yep.
Like you watch movies to see them, and the fact that they're so engaged with fans and everything, it's just.
I'm sure it's not even Robert Downey Jr. typing it out in his Twitter.
You never know.
Yeah, apparently he runs his own Twitter. He said so
He
in an
does?
interview. Yeah.
He runs his own Twitter.
Yeah, and Facebook.
Because, he does have some pretty personal photos that he puts up,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on the sets, and he's with Tom Holland. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
He said he runs his own Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he's one of the few that do.
Very few. Chris Evans too.
Chris
He
Evans
runs
as
his own
well.
Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
I run my own Twitter and Instagram.
So do
At
I.
TB
TB Bear.
at TB Bear. I've Kev much in 27.
Because of the recent shift in Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, Rampage, which is a movie starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Rock.
has moved up its premiere date as well by a
Yeah.
week. And this is just to get out of the shadow of
Infinity.
Avengers Infinity
So
War.
now it's April 13, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
been moved up by about a week and a bit actually.
Right.
And this is just for them to at least get some
Out of
clear
the way,
air,
yeah.
some clear air before Avengers Infinity
yep,
War.
yep.
Because once that thing drops, it's gonna be like a Star Wars thing where
It really is.
that's what everyone's gonna be talking about.
Yes.
And I was with Khai yesterday, and we saw the trailer
For Rampage.
for Rampage.
Yeah.
Kai had not watched
I had
it.
not watched it until we watched it before Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the highlight of my night. That 2 minute where I saw The
I
Rock.
think I would agree.
Yeah, talking
If
to
I was
George the Gorilla was better than a certain Raiders film.
Well, that's
Save that.
that's the tone of what's to come later on. Up next, Black Panther passes a major
$1
milestone.
billion,
Yeah,
yes.
at the global box office. It's earned $1 billion.
Well done to Ryan Coogler
Yes.
for going from an independent movie to a Rocky installment to $1 billion film. This is the fastest growth for any director I've seen.
Also Kendrick Lamar.
Right, his album is number 1 on the US Billboard.
Yep.
Well done.
Have you watched? We've all watched Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
Is it justified that it does this well?
I liked it. I guess I would be one of those people who says, yeah, I don't understand how crazy this is becoming. But if you can see, like, most of the income is from America.
Yeah.
Where it's a bona fide cultural phenomenon because of the African American
That's true.
and African cultural representation.
Yeah.
So I understand why it's going this crazy. I understand it.
Put on top of the fact that it is actually a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
This is like solid gold. Like I don't see this stopping anytime soon.
No, I think it would just stop a bit below the Avengers.
A bit below the Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it could outgrow the Avengers because you have Pacific Rim and stuff coming out soon.
Oh, Pacific Rim.
Yeah. Is that on your list?
Yes.
That's the end of this month. Pacific Rim Uprising.
Uprising.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Black Panther is absolutely going to have a sequel. No surprise
Guaranteed,
there.
yep.
They've already decided this, and this is happening. They're going to milk the cow for as long as they can.
The panther. They're gonna milk the panther.
That sounds so wrong. So no stories, of course. No leaks of any kind because they probably
just
haven't even
announced
walked.
it. But do you think Marvel's one of those studios that always they're like, yeah, we're gonna make sequels to everything we produce. It just depends on how well it does. Like, do you think Marvel's one of those studios?
Yeah.
Like everything that comes through the door, yeah, make sure you have a concept for 3 films. Yeah, so I feel like they were sure Black Panther would have a sequel, but they weren't sure until it made this crazy amount of money.
I think that for Black Panther, it was a bit of a special case because they would have signed
Chadwick
Boseman, for a multi-picture deal.
Right, yeah.
Way back for Civil War. So, I think that was like the first outing of the character, and because the character did so well with the fans, it justified its own movie.
It was like I know it was a Captain America movie, Civil War, but it felt like Black Panther and Spiderman stole the show.
That's for sure. And
I forgot it was a Captain America movie.
Yeah, because it sort of feels like an Avengers film because they're all there,
Yeah,
except
they're fighting.
except Thor.
Hulk.
Yeah, he was with Korg on a different
Wait, was
planet.
Hulk there?
No,
Hulk wasn't
Hulk
there.
was not there. Anyway, Disney is planning a Black Panther Oscar campaign
I'm not surprised.
for 2018.
not
Yeah?
surprised.
No?
No.
Okay.
It will. I think it will clean house in areas like costume design, production design,
Sound design, maybe? I don't know.
sound,
CG?
music. It could also get a couple of creative noms in the writing department.
Screenplay.
Yeah,
Adaptation.
But superhero movies are known to always clean out the technical awards.
Technical awards, yeah.
Yeah.
But not really the big ones.
No, I think the highest honor that went to a comic book movie was Heath Ledger's posthumous supporting actor.
Yes.
win. That's the highest.
The highest
one.
ever.
Yeah.
All right. On the back of this, on the same campaign from Disney as well, they're also looking to push Mary Poppins for an Oscar campaign.
You must be confident with that.
Yeah.
Zainal's
Zainal just like,
nodding.
Zainal's nodding is like, I understand this.
yeah, he's
I
like,
get it.
I don't know how the movie's gonna turn out.
Not yet.
He says, maintaining expectations.
All right, sticking with the House of Mouse, Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Everyone went quiet.
Yeah.
It's coming in on Blu-ray in 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, has a deleted scene that gives Phasma a different ending.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So what was the ending?
So in the movie, we saw Phasma and
falls
she was...
down.
She and Finn has a fight and she falls down the trench.
Yeah.
And that's it. And,
Yeah. But this one was so powerful.
this was powerful because she's fighting... apparently in this deleted scene, she's fighting with Finn and there are stormtroopers around.
Yeah.
And Finn goes... she says something to the lines of, you're a disgrace for the Star
You're
Troopers and this,
disgraced,
and
you're
that.
disobedient.
Yeah.
And then Finn
And then
goes...
Finn fights back and answers her back saying, well, you were the one that let the rebels in on Starkiller Base.
And then the stormtroopers just found this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all turn to Phasma and they're about to shoot her when she takes them out and she ends up fighting with Fennec. It's amazing. It's amazing.
They should have
I
left
think
that in.
there's just like the realization
Yeah.
that they're taking command.
It
from
felt like a
someone.
western if you've seen the scene.
I don't think they were gonna shoot him. They
How
were
did
just
she
like
let-
saying, looking at each other and said,
Because
"Well,
remember,
what?"
Finn had a gun to her head and asked her to deactivate the shields.
Said deactivate the shield so that the rebels
Yeah,
can come
yeah.
through.
And then
After that, he was like, "Do we have a? How do we get rid of her? Do we have a
is
trash
there a
compactor?"
trash compactor?
Yeah.
Han Solo asked that.
No?
So this was a powerful scene. I feel like the best scenes are deleted.
Why did they do that?
I don't know, and I don't know if I care.
Because it would have served her character so much better
Yep.
to have that conflict. But no, they just left it out.
So it wasn't a scene that they cut out.
They just reshot it differently.
Yeah, they reshot the scene differently, and this is a deleted scene. So they could have put this in, which would have impacted the story
Significantly more.
Significantly. I mean, her character arc.
Yeah.
The overall story, maybe not so much because she took out that group of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
All right. Any of you Archie fans? No.
No.
I watched Riverdale.
I tried watching Riverdale. I wasn't a fan, but if you guys will ever get into an Archie story, there's a story by Mark Waid and Fiona Staples in a comic book form.
Yeah.
It was so good that the CW picked that as their source for Riverdale. So if you guys ever want to read a great book, that's the one.
So is that where all the art direction sort of comes from? Like,
Yeah, the
everything's
neon
all-
lighting and everything is from
Everything's
there.
like dark and
But surprisingly, this book is very optimistic. I don't know where they're getting this dark vibe for Riverdale.
it looks like a Lana Del Rey music video. That's why.
Pretty much,
Anyway,
yeah.
here's the news about Archie. Bollywood
Oh god.
is developing an Archie live-action movie.
Could they do that? Or did they have the rights? and
They're they're getting the rights to develop an Archie
With
movie.
Bollywood actors. and
Yes.
actors. Okay.
Uh huh.
What?
No?
They should have went for, Lord of the Rings. Like, why not go...
stuff? Why Archie?
I don't know because it says here that the production is promoted as the first international comic book to be adapted for Indian audiences.
Archie is among the best-selling comics in India.
Okay. I think I get it. Like it's like an adaptation from a Korean movie they made into Bollywood movie.
Yeah.
This is like an adaptation of American comic. Okay, fine. I
Yeah.
get it.
And I think Archie resonates with people because of the coming-of-age stuff.
Yeah, and people have grown up with Archie comics. I mean, I remember being a kid, way back in primary 6 or form 1, and
Right.
you get your first Archie book and you just read it everywhere.
Archie's got great stories. Have you guys read the one where he got married?
I've never finished the whole book of.
Is it the one where he
Archie.
imagined being married to both of them?
Yes, and it was amazing.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I thought
liked
that
it.
was the end of Archie. Like
Yeah.
that was the end.
So
was it not?
what they did was, because that was so popular, that storyline started a smaller imprint called Archie in Real Life. So he left Riverdale High School, had a job and everything, but it ended with him getting shot.
Ouch.
Yeah, and then they renamed Riverdale's West Wing as the Archie Andrews Wing.
Oh, was it because like he saved
He
a
saved-
gay politician? Was that the one?
I don't know, but he was taking a bullet for
Yep.
someone.
Yeah. And then it was like a friend who was gay was running for office, and then someone came up from the crowd, tried to shoot, and then Archie
Took the bullet.
took the bullet
Okay.
and died.
I never understood Archie. Is it like a comedy comic? Or is it like
It's meant to be. Yeah.
Yes, meant
And
to
then
be.
there's like a horror thing with
Yeah.
Sabrina, Teenage Witch thing.
But just like comic books in general, Superman, Spiderman, they all started out way back in the 40s and 30s and whatnot.
Yeah, you go through
They were all
some
sort of wholesome stories and being good. Now it's all, they have real lives now. It's all layered. They have dark
It's real
sides.
time.
Yeah, real time. Last bit of news on this episode of the podcast. Ready Player One.
yeah?
Okay. There's a new spotlight, like a small featurette, like a minute kind of clip thing. And it features Batman. Batman's in this movie
Right? I think I've
as an
heard of it.
avatar.
Yeah.
But we don't know who was acting.
No, we don't know.
because he's a cape.
No, because this is in the Oasis.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
a player skin.
Yeah, it's a player skin, and
Yeah, but
someone is Batman.
Someone could act as him, right? So
Could be Christian Bale, best Batman ever.
Could be the guy whose voice Lego.
Oh, Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. I just recently watched Lego Batman.
It's an
again.
amazing movie.
It's so good. It's so good.
Alfred. Like the way he talked. Anger.
No, the beginning bit. Black.
Yeah.
All good movies start with black. Anyway, that's the news this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account. That's thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, you may be checking us out on our YouTube as well. Now we're going to move on to the main bit of the show this week, which is Tomb Raider.
They should call it Wallet Raider.
oh,
Because they steal your money.
lies. The trailer lied.
The trailer live.
Lied.
I have a confession about the trailer. I did not watch it until a week ago.
Okay.
When I went to watch, I went to watch a movie a week ago, which was when I was in Singapore. I watched The Shape of Water,
Yep.
and the trailer for Tomb Raider, and that's the first time I've seen the trailer.
Okay.
The only thing I've seen is pictures of Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft.
Yep.
Which I think is 99%.
Yeah,
accurate.
she looks the part.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She even sounds the part.
She even sounds the part.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's do this properly. If you guys don't know, Tomb Raider is of course based on a video game.
From IDOS, I think.
Nope, it was originally from Eidos,
Yeah.
and then bought over to Square Enix.
Right.
Okay, irrelevant at this point. The main character is Lara Croft, who is this, rugged adventure type female version of Indiana Jones,
Nathan Drake.
the Nathan Drake.
The original female Nathan Drake.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, she came first.
Yeah, she made her first game debut back in the 90s.
1990s.
In the 90s on the first PlayStation Tomb Raider game, which I think we all played.
Yep.
And everything
Excessively.
was very angular. And
Pixelated.
everyone thought that this Tomb Raider movie for 2018 was going to be the movie that broke the video game to movie curse.
That's true.
Because we've had so many video game movies that have been adapted to the screen.
What curse?
What curse?
Resident Evil.
After
Resident
six,
Evil.
after
They've made
six,
like 8 now, right?
6. They're about to make number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
And
all
they've been
rubbish.
making
They're-
so
they're
much
all-
money.
They're all rubbish.
Except for the
They're
first one.
Money.
Yeah, but they're all bad. And then you're talking about movies like Assassin's Creed,
I never watched that.
Even more rubbish.
Warcraft.
But
I never
Resident
watched that.
Evil makes money.
Warcraft was okay.
Okay.
It's on the same par as Fast and Furious. Like they keep making them because they're money.
Yeah, but okay. Anyway, this movie, Tomb Raider,
You know what's disappointing is that you got an actress that looks like she was born for this role.
Yes.
You have a production design that almost 90% recreates the atmosphere of the game.
Yep.
You have a marketing campaign where the logo is lifted from the cover of the video game.
That's true. The most recent video game. Yeah.
You had trailers that really made you feel like this is the female Jason Bourne.
Yes.
Yep.
Because she's, like doing stunts. She's
Yeah,
jumping.
she's jumping, parkour, kicking butt.
Yeah.
Then you have a movie that's garbage.
The last
Okay,
thing
what about
they
the
got
movie was
wrong.
garbage?
The last thing they got wrong was the story and the script.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But I feel, okay, so here's what I feel. Is that when you read the script as an executive or a producer or director,
Yeah.
because you see on paper the concept is still very good.
The concept is good. Like,
Yeah.
I like the concept of the movie, but it just didn't deliver.
I feel like I don't even think anybody knew this who's involved with the production, but I bet it's only when the final film come together they go, yeah, this is not good. Like, because the individual parts are good, like the chase in Hong Kong, the production design after
the bit in the beginning in London where she's working
the bike scenes and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like everything was good, but when you merge it together, you get a very disappointing film.
and a lot of plot holes, which
Yeah.
we'll cover a little bit later on in this review of
You
Tomb
know
Raider.
what I feel about this movie is like, okay, we want the movie to be like the game, so we want to put certain parts of the game in the movie,
Yeah,
and then in between them,
we just fill.
fill something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We want the boat scene. We want the broken airplane scene.
Yeah.
The first kill scene. The rest, we need scriptwriters.
We just have to join it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, quick overview of the story. Lara is now estranged from, I guess, the estate of her family. She's actually really,
Which
really
never
rich.
happened.
Which never happened. She is alone now because her mother died when she was younger, and the father has been gone for 7 years.
Mysteriously.
Mysterious disappearance. But we do get hints as to where he may have gone. He was sort of trying to find this ancient artifact thing called
Himiko.
Himiko, which is
The
a
supposed Japanese deity of death.
supposed Japanese deity of death. So he's been gone for 7 years. She's now sort of living a rough life, so to speak.
She's trying to be very street about this.
Yeah, she does. There's a scene where she is urged to sign the paperwork so that she takes control of the company that her father left her, Croft Holdings. But she says no. I don't want to.
Craft this cheese.
Which is fun because this movie is a cheese ball.
And then finally she sort of realizes that yes, I may as well sign it. He's been gone for so long. And then this is where the first plot hole comes into play, where before she even signs the papers, the lawyer gives her this thing and goes, your father said that if you had to sign these papers, or after you sign the papers, you get this, mystery box thing.
Puzzle thing.
This puzzle thing. And
This Japanese puzzle.
and she starts opening it, and then this
Which
is
makes
where,
him a terrible lawyer because he should have waited for the initials.
yeah, the ink wasn't even on the paper yet.
Nope.
And this is where this movie starts, where she gets one clue, and then all of a sudden, she goes on this roller coaster ride to find her father, or in the hopes that she's still alive. He's still alive. So yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't put that scene in the movie. I would totally write it differently.
I would make her break into the company.
Break into the company.
Yeah, like I would. So we have a sort of antagonist with Anna.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the film. Spoiler alert, people. I feel like.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Yeah. Stop listening if you don't want spoilers. I would have her break into the building just because it's a very important decision she has to make. Like, does she go against what the company wants and follows her heart, or does she play into the puppet? So I would have her. I think everyone here has seen Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I love how Sam Flynn broke into Encom, which he was founded by his own father.
Yeah, his own father.
And just to stick it to them and learn something about his father and where his father could be.
Plus, if we go on your suggestion where she breaks into Croft Holdings, that would be like a good mechanism and a good chance to show what she can do.
Exactly.
Like she is adept a little bit in sort of, hiding here or climbing this or whatever. But no, she's totally green in this movie. Yeah. She's never been...
She never killed anyone.
She's
never
not had a metal tested.
Yeah. So, and then she's just thrown into this thing where she meets Daniel Wu in Hong Kong.
Which they didn't use properly. Like, I feel like they could have used Daniel Wu more than just a captain who miraculously know how to shoot a rifle.
Yeah,
That's
just
true.
kung fu a little bit.
and I felt like okay, so many logical inconsistencies with this film. One of them is, did she only have the one outfit on her trip to Hong Kong?
Well, she did have only one backpack, so you know, this whole movie would not have happened if she did sign those papers in the beginning. Then she would have the
fly.
money and the resources and the people, and then she could have gone to the island.
Which is how it's supposed to be, right?
No, not for the recent game.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. So
The
it
recent game
was a solo game.
They were just stranded.
No, she was looking for an adventure, but I don't think she was looking for the father.
Okay.
And then the ship was wrecked.
Yeah.
So, and then she ended up on this island where she was supposed to be anyways. So her adventures continues from there.
Okay. Zainal, what did you think of the movie? We haven't said much.
Came in half an hour after the start of
Late?
the movie. Yep.
So you missed like the whole...
So the moment I sat down, she was on the ship, and then
Okay.
it crashed. And I'm like, did I miss it? And then after a while, like I kind of get the gist of it. Like,
Okay.
I feel like it's a movie that you can easily assume where it's gonna go.
Yeah. It was very predictable.
Yeah.
Because we were calling it in the cinema. We were like, even the dialogue was so predictable.
I didn't want the father to be in the movie. Like, I want the father to be like dead, like skeletons,
Yeah.
and left the book hold like dead.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Like
this is the
Legends
final
of King
piece.
Arthur.
How you solve this stupid puzzle rather than the stupid colorful stones.
Oh, that was one of the
That
worst
was
scenes.
painful.
It's so painful.
I can't believe I paid money for this.
There were some scenes in there where it felt like you needed to hold a controller.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if
Press X to save her.
yeah, keep pressing X. You know, the faster you press, and you know, the more that she'll push this guy off with the knife on her
And
throat.
how is the color of life green? How did she know that?
I don't know, because she is Lara Croft.
And then what? Blue with yellow is green? What?
Yes, that's
Oh,
how it
that's-
works. Blue if yellow is green.
that is that's some art.
Lucky she's not colorblind. I mean, if I was there, would be dead.
That would be a funny scene.
Yeah.
I'm colorblind!
It's red. How is red the color? I'm color. Oh,
This movie falls into the trope of these kind of adventure archaeology kind of movies where there are very elaborate booby traps.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder, like, who set these traps up?
The ancient Japanese people.
How?
The same way how the Egyptians, set up the traps in pyramid.
But they were not this elaborate. Like, these would need to have, like, springs, and the way things were moving in these, you know, booby traps were, you know, they were, like, moving with compressed air and things like that.
Yeah. No, it's the same with the pyramids one as well. Because if
Okay.
you go like spikes coming up from underneath,
The ground
and there's
and-
darts coming.
Okay.
I actually wanted to see a part where a boulder was rolling down. That would have been
That would have been very Indiana
Homage
Jones.
to Indiana
the old
Jones.
one. The old Tomb Raider had that kind of trap.
Okay. All right. So, what do we think of this movie? Final thoughts. Let's go with Khai.
10 years ago, it would have been great. Right now, it's just not the right environment.
Okay.
So, nah, not
I
for me.
will give
What do
it
you mean
our
environment
rating.
though?
Like, it's a different... Like, the box office is different today.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different... Like, 10 years ago...
we
this movie-
expect so much more now.
Yeah.
And the quality that we expect is so much
And
more.
yet people go to Too Fast, Too Furious movies.
Because, you know,
That's a...
Different
that's a
type of fun.
No,
Yeah.
that's a brand that's been around for ages.
and that
But it worked then, and then they just keep doing this exact same thing.
I don't think so. Like, initially, it was street racing. Now, it's espionage.
it's all heist
Saving the
and
world.
saving the world, you know?
But you could. It's
And it's all about, you know, family.
Family.
Kai, what do you give this movie out of 10?
I give it a 4.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right. Tibby?
For 4 rolling spikes.
4 rolling spikes.
I really want to like this movie. I want to like at least give it a 7, but I cannot.
It was on your list?
It was on my list.
Yeah, he was the only one who had it on his list.
I cannot
I
give
don't know
it.
why.
I cannot give it
know
a 6 even.
So what are you giving it? 4?
4 rolling spikes.
All right.
I missed half an hour of it. So,
You missed half an hour,
yeah,
right?
So what
I'll
do you give the 1
I'll
hour,
give it
10
a
minutes?
Huh?
I'll give it a 5.
You give it a 5.
Out of 10?
Kev? All right.
5 Himikos.
5 Himikos.
That's
I-
such a bad twist.
I had some very serious problems with this movie. There were a lot of plot holes. There were a lot of things that could have, you know, ended the movie half an hour early.
Yeah.
or
They
20
could
minutes
have ended when
earlier.
they opened the gate thing.
Yeah.
When she was turning stuff. Like, this is gonna end. No, okay, there's another half hour of painful movie.
You know what I feel like what should have been was that ending where she finds out who owns the company that was doing the
Yeah.
expedition should have
Yeah.
been halfway through the film.
That would have been halfway. Then then she would be conflicted in there. But anyway, my rating for this movie is gonna be a 5 out of 10. Like I'm gonna give this, a 5, which is 50%. I think that it's okay. It's not the best movie for sure. There are a lot of problems with it, but at the same time, you sit there and you sort of call the shots and go, "Yep, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen." But you sort of, like you mentioned, the production design is good.
It
Like
really is.
money was spent on this movie.
Yep.
118 million.
It was beautiful. I would say it's beautiful.
It was a good movie, visually.
Yeah.
But story-wise and
rubbish.
screenplay and but acting was okay.
I guess like
Yeah.
I
they did
hated
what-
the father.
Right.
So stupid.
Hilarious Pratt.
All right, so that's our rating. That's the Wayang Crew review of
And
Tomb
her
Raider.
jumping.
And her jumping.
What?
It was very video game.
Yeah.
It was accurate.
Accurate?
Yeah,
the
the video
video
game, she
game.
jumps like
No,
that.
but now it's setting in real life. Like, people don't jump like that.
But Lara Croft does.
Yeah, she does.
People in movies do. Anyway, that's the Wayang Crew review of Tomb Raider. You should check it out. It's not a great movie, but still a fun time. I
If
suppose.
if you wanna look at pretty scenes,
Yeah.
yeah, watch the movie.
All right. And where should they check out this Tomb Raider movie?
Best place to watch
movies
Time
in
Cinema.
Brunei? Time Cineplex.
Time Cineplex,
Yeah.
best place in town.
Check them out. You can even book online. So
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Via the website.
and buy online.
book and
Yes.
buy online.
Yeah.
I think they're the only ones to do it.
No,
No,
I think
no,
Mall
no.
does.
No, but
But it's not. So it's time
Yeah.
stamps.
But it's not the best.
Not the best.
Not the best.
Times is better.
Yeah.
Way better.
So much more to do.
Times is times 10.
All right, we're
what?
gonna move on to the next bit of the show, which is our ongoing series. This is episode 3 of Road to Infinity War, where we are talking about 2 movies per week in the MCU. This week we're talking about Captain America: The First Avenger and the first Avengers movie. So let's kick off with Captain America.
You guys will have to restrain me.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I can go on and on about this film.
All right, we're gonna strain you. We're gonna get this about 5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
All right, Captain America, the first Avenger, Chris Evans' first outing as Captain America. Although not his first outing as a superhero, he did previously play Human Torch in Fantastic
Flame
Four
Boy.
for 2 movies.
Yes.
And there was a lot of concern about whether or not this would affect the continuity of Marvel movies. Apparently, that's all thrown out the window now.
Let's discard that part.
Yeah, let's discuss
That
that part.
never happened.
So Chris Evans plays, of course, what's his name in the movie?
Steve Rogers.
Steve
Captain
Rogers. Plays Steve Rogers, who is, originally a normal, tiny, small guy.
Who's with a lot of defects.
But a lot of heart.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And he so desperately wants to sign up for the war, but he's rejected at all these
On
recruitment
grounds of
centers.
health and physical
Health and
requirements.
physical
And then he
requirements.
sacrificed himself what he thought was a live grenade. Was that the one?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
In boot camp.
Because they were looking for someone who had a lot of heart.
And I think, it goes to the whole, you're being given this power, this experiment to be a super soldier.
Yep.
What would you do with it?
True.
Right? So I think he was going up against one person who Dr. Abraham Erskine, played by Stanley Tucci, says is a bully. And Steve Rogers was not.
Yep.
So as a test, they threw a dummy grenade. And Steve Rogers, being a scrawny...
He was the only one who jumped on it and
jumped on
told everyone to go away. Like run.
he would cover the blast.
Yeah.
Which was a test of character.
Test of character. And he also proved his smarts during the training.
During the flag, yeah.
Yeah, the flag. If you can get the flag down,
Yeah.
then you can sit on the jeep and
With
go.
Haley Atwell's Peggy Carter.
Yes.
And instead of trying to climb the flagpole, he just dismantled it, took the flag, and he went on the van. The
Yeah.
jeep.
And everyone was left bewildered.
Yeah.
So that sort of hints at the character of Captain America. Like he's smart and he's
Has a
he's
lot of
Full of heart.
full of heart. He'll self-sacrifice himself if he needs to for the greater good. Even if it means that he's not going to make it, which is something that we've seen time and time again in the MCU movies. And it's the first time that we hear the line right in the beginning of the movie where he's beaten up by some guys and he stands back up
And he
goes
goes,
like,
I can do this all day.
I can do this all day. And Bucky comes, his best friend, comes
Yeah.
and helps him. And then, of course, there's that scene where he's injected with the super soldier serum.
And he comes out looking like a Greek god.
And the look on Peggy Carter's face.
It was the look that I had.
Yeah.
I remember when she touched his body.
Yeah.
And my best friend and I went, and we're straight.
The villain in this movie. All right.
Questionable.
The villain in this movie is Red Skull.
Skull.
Oh, amazingly played by Hugo Weaving.
Yes. All right. So he's drunk in the pursuit of power.
Yes.
He wants to unleash the power of the Tesseract, which is the first time that we see the Tesseract,
Which later turns out to be...
one of the Infinity Stones in there in the Avengers, which we will be talking about later on. Yep. So he is working with that doctor. I can't remember his name now. The doctor that ended up in the
Arnim Zola.
Dr. Zola. And they're trying to unleash the power of the Tesseract because in this MCU, Hitler does exist, and there is a whole section in the Third Reich army that is devoted to finding the truth about the occult and alternative sources.
Which is kind of based in truth.
Yeah, it's kind of based in truth because once he has that Tesseract, all of a sudden all the power, all the weapons are of a different level. They're all like laser guns now and whatnot.
And this division is called Hydra.
Hydra. That's the first time that we see Hydra in the MCU.
Yeah.
Not the last for sure.
No, definitely.
All right. What else can we say about this movie?
It is my favorite MCU film.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
Hands down.
So this is better than The Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
All right.
And so for me, it's this, followed by Thor, followed by Hulk.
This, Thor, and then Hulk. Okay. All right. Do you remember this movie, Tibby?
Nope. Sorry, I haven't been watching.
All right, it's fine. It's okay.
But
There was
speaking of the best Marvel movie, mine would probably be the first Guardians.
Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Strong
the first
film.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong film.
Right. Zainal, you've been really quiet.
I remember this movie.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in propaganda.
I remember this movie. I remember the final scene where he crashed it. Like, kind of mimic what happened.
Yeah.
That's what solidified it for me.
Yeah, he self-sacrificed himself. He crashed into, I guess it was the Arctic somewhere.
Yeah.
And then he had that radio conversation with Peggy Carter to
That's
say,
why.
yeah, you always be my girl, yada, yada, yada.
Because
yeah, go on.
sorry, I don't know if you guys know, but we never saw how he crashed in the comics.
Okay.
That's why I love this film, is because all the comics that I've read. Okay, so fun fact: Captain America was created in 1941 by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon for Timely Comics. That was never called Marvel. It was a comic book company called Timely. But after the war, he wasn't really relevant. But in 1964, when Jack Kirby and Stan Lee were working on a comic book called The Avengers, they thought, where would we bring our characters? Because the original Avengers are Iron Man, Ant-Man, Wasp, Thor, and Hulk.
Okay.
Only 5 of them. And they go, what's the next adventure? Because in the first story, they beat Loki. And then Stanley said, what if we bring up Captain America? So they go to an adventure in the Arctic and they find Captain America frozen. That's when Marvel decided, so at the end of the war, his plane went down. But we've never saw that bit.
You never saw the plane.
So I kept thinking, like, what if? So the night of the movie, I would be watching the movie, like, for example, tonight. The afternoon, I kept thinking, what if this is one of those rare times where we see what happens inside the ship that goes down?
Yeah.
And as he was in that ship, I think it was called the Valkyrie, as it was going down, my jaw was on the floor because this is the first time because he's a myth in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
The legend of Captain America.
Okay.
But this is just Steve Rogers talking to the girl he likes.
Yeah.
As he's about to die. And I thought that was amazing.
They humanized it.
It was great.
They really
It was
did.
great.
And it's something that happens in the movie, like you see in the movie, not in the comic book.
Yeah. It's a really rare occasion.
Okay.
It was one of those thing where I really enjoyed this one. When people was raving about Winter Soldier, I was like, wait a minute, this one was a lot better.
Yeah, the first Avenger.
For me, it was like
definitely.
by memory, I really, really enjoyed the first one.
Of course, following the story, after he's injected with the super serum, and then after that, there's an attack at the facility, and the guy who invented the super serum is killed, unfortunately.
Yep. And then
he's the only one. So then he becomes this very highly valued property of the U.S. Army, and he goes on a propaganda tour. Like he becomes like this stage prop to sell war bonds.
Yeah, and I love how the fact that at the end of that run with the USO, he felt like a monkey and he started drawing a monkey on a unicycle.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because the thing that prompted him to be a hero was the fact that his best friend Bucky was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody who's watched the other films in the MCU,
But Bucky became a POW.
yeah, he became a prisoner of war.
Yep.
And I love the fact that relationship with Bucky never faltered until today.
Until today,
film.
yeah. All right. And then, of course, we're introduced to the Howling Commandos.
Oof, amazing.
Yeah. These were the guys at the front lines, and when they first meet Captain America, they're like, "This guy, he's the guy on the stage." Like, what?
Well,
Nah.
It's very ironic because the comic was 1941, you say?
1940. Yeah. 1940.
So it was made for propaganda.
Yeah,
during
it
the
was
Civil War.
Captain America, and I love the fact that they incorporated 2 real life historic events in the film. The actual comic book was being read by kids in the film.
Yeah.
With the one with
Okay.
like that's the actual comic book where he punches Hitler,
Yeah.
which they recreated in the tour that he was doing with the songs.
tour on the stage.
And when Peggy was and there was a scene where he was shooting like an advert, black and white against the screen.
Yeah, I think so.
With a M16 gun, and he was wearing the tights, not the uniform that he had.
Okay.
That was a direct reference to Dick Purcell's 1941 American Captain America TV serial.
Are those the ones with the things behind the ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in the 1940s, there was a Captain America TV serial that showed Captain America beating up Hitler and everybody else.
Nazi Germany.
And they put that in. So I love these real world references in there.
So they harken back to something.
Yeah, that
real.
actually happened.
Okay, so that's Captain America, the first Avenger, which as you mentioned, your favorite movie. One
more thing.
One more thing.
I did not see any build up, no trailer. I didn't see any trailer, so it just came out as it is, and I forgot Chris Evans. I forgot that he was Human Torch.
Yeah.
So I just saw a guy who was skinny. I was like, oh, how did they got this guy?
CGI?
Is he gonna be Captain America?
Yeah.
And then he came out with like,
Bam!
okay, which one is the CGI? I really did not know.
Yeah.
And then I found out afterwards, like, oh, okay, the first part of the movie was CGI.
Yeah, he had a body double,
Yeah.
and they put his head and face.
I was like, his head looks too big for that body.
And so Captain America is my favorite Marvel character. When they announced Chris Evans, I lost it because
Really?
I was angry.
oh,
I was one of those guys. I was like, like I was whiny and I was annoying. But 4 months before the trailer came out, 2 months before the trailer, Entertainment Weekly debuted a cover of him on the wearing without the helmet, but just wearing the uniform with blonde hair.
Yeah.
And I immediately kept quiet. I was like, yeah, that's Captain America. Like, I kept quiet.
They know what they're doing.
And
did
there
you
was
have an idea who you wanted to play Captain America?
that was really tough. But
Arnold.
at the time, I thought Josh Hartnett would have been a good captain. Josh Hartnett.
Oh, Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett, yeah, because he was big back in like the late 2010s.
Yeah, and at that point he had fallen out of the radar. I thought he would have been a great Captain America.
Maybe.
And then they released the trailer.
He's Josh Hartnett's too broody though. He only looks good with his eyes all squinted up and like.
Which I thought was Captain America.
It was something
Yeah.
Captain America with
and then they released a trailer where it's showing a scene where the Red Skull is about to interrogate him.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. Like,
Yeah.
he has that line, and I thought, this is Captain America.
All right,
captain.
so that's Captain America, the first Avenger, one of our favorite MCU movies, I guess, and of course a good first solid movie for
Amazing.
the debut of Captain America. Chris Evans playing him, of course, all the way till now. Next up, we're going to be talking about the first culmination of all these heroes, the Avengers.
I think before I said Guardians was my favorite Marvel.
Yeah,
I think this was
the Avengers,
yeah,
like
it
the
was the
first
Avengers,
Avengers movie. All right, so the hype around the first Avengers movie was unreal because this had never been done before. You know, there had never been an ensemble of superheroes on the screen this big ever, and you know there was time and effort put in giving all these characters a background, like a story of their own, which we all saw in the first like 5 movies in the MCU, and now we get to the 6th movie, and they're all together with the addition of Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
All right, and
Both of whom have appeared in some capacity in the previous films.
yeah.
She was in
Black Widow in Iron Man 2, and then
Hawkeye in Thor.
In Thor. All right, so we're introduced to Loki in this movie. He's the big baddie. He has
There's a mullet now.
he has
Wasn't he already there
In Thor 1.
He was there, but you know
now he's the big
now
he's achieving his destiny.
He's the big baddie
okay.
now.
Yeah.
So he walks through the portal because Dr. Selvig,
Eric Selvig.
opens up the portal
From
using
the
the
Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Because it's the space.
And then he walks through, and then he kills everyone, and then he becomes public enemy number 1, and Nick Fury has to come up with a team. So he, gets all these people together: Iron Man, Captain America.
I think
Dr.
Captain
Bruce
America
Banner.
first, right?
Captain America was the first. There was that scene where he was
He's in the
punching.
box. Oh, that
punching.
was amazing.
And then he punches the
sand.
sandbag.
I think for you, every Captain America scene was
Absolutely. When he punched the sandbag, my best friend and I went,
then he replaced it with new one.
No,
And-
he carried a new
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah.
and then in Age of Ultron, when he broke the tree, I was like,
And when was it? Which one was it where he was holding the helicopter?
Civil War.
Civil War.
They gave him something like that in every film. Like every film, he'll get something like that.
Just want him to
for
flex.
Khai.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
flex.
Just for Khai.
All right. So Loki is the big baddie. There's that scene where he and Iron Man and Thor have this big 3-way fight in some forest, and then we really get to see Tony Stark be the Tony Stark we know now, because he makes references in this movie. He calls Thor point break.
Yeah.
He goes there and he looks at Thor and he goes like, "Does mother know
No, you weareth
her
a
frock or
yeah,
her cape?"
yeah.
And he's sarcastic in a very real world sense. I mean,
The
towards,
dialogue in this film was amazing.
yeah, towards the end of the movie, he calls Hawkeye Legolas.
Yeah. On your 12, Legolas.
So yeah, I if you haven't watched the Avengers,
This is
What? Why?
no,
haven't you?
not you guys. Where have you guys been out there?
exactly.
yeah, this is a landmark.
This is a landmark movie.
This really is.
I like the humor. I think they made the right decision to pick what was his name?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon to
Yeah.
direct it because he had experience with working with multiple people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serenity and Firefly.
Yes.
Well, that didn't translate in Justice League, but
Say what?
Unnecessary shade. I loved this film. My only problem is what happened after, because Coulson came back and
yeah.
there was a bunch of retcons being done. For me, the best scene is when Cap, they all stand in a circle and Cap goes, "Thor, I need you to bottleneck this portal."
Yeah.
Hawkeye, I need you to Barton do perimeter. Like he's giving the orders, and I was like,
And then Bruce Banner drives in.
yeah,
He comes in
Mark Ruffalo.
yeah, because he fell from the
elevator.
the helicarrier.
Yeah, there was like a chamber.
It was a
that he fell.
chamber
Yeah.
that was designed to
Yeah.
contain him
Yeah.
if he became the Hulk. What else?
The smash.
Hulk smash.
Puny God.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
And I loved how Tony spoke to Loki, like the you know who you're trying to piss off, and then like he's like pouring himself a drink and he's buying time.
Oh, yeah, he's buying
while
time.
the Mark 7 is about to get ready. Like
Yeah.
it's the timing of this film is on point.
Yeah.
The timing is amazing.
He jumps out the window and then the armor comes comes onto him mid fall.
on the wrists, and then
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That's cool.
Good movie.
And I love, like, again, how well thought out the characters was, because Black Widow, after Loki took Thor away,
Yeah.
Black Widow said to Captain America, I think she said something like, "These are gods."
Yeah.
And then Captain America goes, "There's only one god, ma'am, and he doesn't dress like that." And then he jumps. I thought it was so nice. That was such a 1940s thing to say. That was so good. I was like, whoa.
Because he gentleman. So the Avengers sort of proved for the first time ever that an ensemble superhero movie will and definitely make money. Right?
Yeah, it makes money.
There
Yeah.
was an old Avengers movie, right?
There was.
How did that?
Back in the 80s, I
Yeah.
think, or was it the 70s? The first Avengers. No, you mean the Avengers as in the British Avengers.
No, there was a old.
Oh,
The
like-
Avengers have never been
Hulk.
on screen. So the closest we ever got was Bill Bixby's Hulk having Thor on his movie. It was called The Trial of the... No, Hulk vs. Thor. It was a 1980s movie.
yeah.
Inspired by the 1970s TV show.
Because we never had Iron Man on screen.
No, we never did. There was a
never had-
Turkish Iron Man.
Well, that was, fake. But
Yeah.
Okay.
it was really bad. So yeah, that's Avengers. We don't have very much to say about the Avengers
This
because
spoils it for everything.
Yeah.
Like, everyone. If we didn't have Avengers and then Justice League came out, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
cool.
But
The
now
benchmark was crazy. And of course,
They
the
set the
post-credits.
benchmark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
and it's
post-credits.
crazy.
The post-credits are paying off after 6 years.
Yeah, post credits for like 5 movies, and on this one, they all delivered.
No, and the Avengers post-credits had Thanos.
Yes.
The first one. So now we're finally seeing Thanos.
Wait,
live.
that was the first post-credit scene.
The second one was they ate
Shawarma.
shawarma.
Yeah, that was funny.
All right, so that's
I want shawarma.
that's what we think about the Avengers. Okay, so yeah, this is all leading up to Avengers: Infinity War, which will be the third Avengers movie. So it's the third official time that all the characters in MCU will be coming together, and that's coming out at the end of April. So we're very, very excited. We've got quite a bit more episodes to go on this Road to Infinity War series that we're coming out with next week. Episode 4, where we will be talking about the next 2 Marvel movies,
Iron Man 3
and
Thor 2.
Is this Iron Man the one with the electric whip?
No,
that's number
no,
two.
that's Iron Man 2.
Whiplash comes in there.
Iron Man 3 is when
This
he...
is the fake.
The fake Mandarin.
Yeah.
fake Mandarin.
Oh, the multiple
You'll never
suits.
see
Yep.
me coming.
And what's the second one? Iron Man 3 and
Thor 2.
Thor 2.
Thor 2. Yeah. Thor the Dark World. All right. So anyway, we're gonna go to the next bit of the show, which is...
Oi, apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? Hoi, 看什么看? Apa liat-liat?
Apa liat-liat?
那看什么看？
Apa liat-liat? See what see? 小了.
Yep, that's right. It's called Apa Liat Liat. And it's what else we've been watching besides Tomb Raider or Avengers or Captain America. Tibby, what have you been watching?
I think Del mentioned this previously, but I started watching Altered Carbon,
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
and Del didn't like. I'm like deep into like.
What is it about?
Okay, it's like set in the future.
Yeah.
Where humans can now save their life in this like memory card called stacks,
Okay.
and the bodies are called sleeve. So
Alright.
if you die, your sleeves die, but not your stack unless it gets destroyed.
So is this like a USB thing? You
Yeah.
plug it up your nose?
No, it's on your
like the back of the head.
back of the head. It's
Okay.
inside your body. So technically, you can be inside any sleeve or body you want and live up to 300 years.
What?
Holy mum.
Yeah.
Why
so-
not? Why not like forever?
Yeah, like forever.
Okay. Okay.
If you have the money and the power, you stay rich and stay with power. Because,
okay.
So that's... And then there's this rich guy in the future who revived back this... like he used to be a rebel. Like he was trying to like destroy the government back then, like
Okay.
300 years ago.
Yeah.
So he revived this guy back to help him decide who wanted to kill him. Because someone wanted to kill him, but they didn't manage to do it because his stack has a backup in the satellite.
It's very technical.
It's very technical.
But I don't know.
It's great.
So there's like a cloud where...
This is a cloud.
And it's
Stack
very
up there.
gritty, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like this is what Blade Runner 2049 should have been.
Should have been.
Yes.
Okay.
I
All
loved
right.
it.
Is it recommended for me to check out? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yes,
Go past like episode 1 and 2, and then you'll get into.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Khai. What else have you been watching? Apa liat liat.
So I've recently found a new app for Singapore, which lets me buy Blu-rays for really cheap.
Whoa.
I've just been buying...
Intro.
It's called Carousel.
Okay.
You can get a Blu-ray for up to at least... Like, highest I've paid is $10 for a Blu-ray.
What?
Yeah, I bought 15 Blu-rays in my last trip.
What?
Yeah, so I've been buying a lot of these... like Die Hard, all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
franchises that I could never fully explore.
Okay.
So last night I finished Rocky with Creed. I'm waiting for the second one. So tonight I'm gonna start with Jason Bourne. 'Cause,
Wait, but this is a Singapore-based.
yeah. So every time I'm in Singapore, I pick up stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna have you pick some stuff up. For
Yeah,
me
sounds
too.
good. So yeah, I'm just watching all these franchises now on Blu-ray.
What else have you been watching? Like,
So
yeah,
I
Creed.
guess
You've got
I finished Rocky, which was Rocky 1 to 6 plus Creed.
yeah.
Then I did Die Hard 1 to 5. Let's pretend the fifth one never happened. I'm gonna start Bourne, so it's gonna be Bourne 1, 2, 3 Legacy plus Jason Bourne.
Okay.
After-
I say skip Legacy, but you know.
I'm thinking of that because that came with Jason Bourne as a 2-pack, so I'll probably just watch Jason
Okay.
Bourne.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'm really excited. After I finish this, I'm really excited because I'm gonna do the classic Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
The
From
first 3 plus the CG.
1991.
Yeah, so
on Blu-ray.
yeah, on Blu-ray. So I'm watching those 3 plus the animated CG movie that came out,
Yeah, the one in the like 2008, 2007. Yeah.
which is apparently a sequel to the first 3, which I never knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ah.
So I'm gonna do that, and then afterwards I'll be doing Jurassic quadrilogy.
Okay.
I heard the third one's garbage, so I'll do 1, 2, and 4.
Ninja Turtles, man. That's like the thing, man. Wait for 2. You see Bebop, Rocksteady, and Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Ninja,
Go,
rap,
ninja, go.
Rap. All right.
I think that's where his career tanked.
Or
picked up.
That was the height of Vanilla Ice's
I know,
career.
but after that, it's like,
Hey, but he's still relevant. He's like a property mogul now. Like he
He's
buys and
moved
sells.
on.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
moved on.
Really? Wow.
He's in
We
Miami.
haven't. He has.
All right, Zainal, apa liat? What have you been watching?
I watched a Netflix film, A Futile and Stupid Gesture.
Futile and Stupid Gesture.
I don't know why I like watching these movies.
I was just gonna say Zainal's the deepest person I've met.
so deep. But
I bet he reads a book on the train.
I do. But
Oh.
no, it's a comedy film, American biography comedy film about the rise and fall of the National Lampoon.
Of a national Olympian.
Lampoon.
National Lampoon.
The
Animal
magazine.
House.
Yeah. National Lampoon Holiday and this
Yep.
and that.
Prize of Touch.
So it stars Will
Revenge
Forte.
of the Nerds.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It stars Will Forte
Okay.
as
that's funny.
the Tug Kenny, which is the
Was he the guy who
writer.
played MacGruber? Will Forte. Is that him? Yeah, that's
Zainal's
what
just showing a picture.
That's the guy who played MacGruber.
Which was a really bad film.
But it was amazing.
I don't know why I like these movies or biographies where they show how comedy stuff are made.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm
Okay.
looking at it like, oh, that's how you run a magazine business.
I
Well,
know,
the fictional
yeah.
story of how you run a magazine business when you're 18, 19. That's cool.
I know why, because this is your industry.
Yeah,
You relate
so I'm looking
to
at
them.
it, and then
So this
I
is research for you.
yeah, but I didn't know the history or anything like that. I just know National Lampoon, and then
Right,
like,
right.
oh, that's cool. Oh, they made that. That's great, fantastic. And then spoiler alert, the Will Forte, the writer, died.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Like he jumps off of a hill.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I was like, wow, that shook me. And then I'm reading online, like, oh yeah, if anyone else knows about this, they know that he dies by suicide.
Okay.
So I'm kind of
That's
like,
pretty
oh.
dark.
Yeah.
That's very dark.
So there was like
So that's why
the
you've been so
final-
quiet this week.
No, the final scene is them in a funeral, and then
Spoiler
he comes
alert,
in.
yeah.
He comes in as a ghost.
Whoa.
And it's like, I don't know why everyone's so serious. And then he starts throwing food away. Like, food fight.
Yeah.
Which they've done like 3-4 times throughout the whole show. But the final scene was him trying to get them to do it. And I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Wait a minute. He's a ghost.
he's a
This
ghost.
this doesn't actually happen.
So that's like a poltergeist.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I'm sad now.
All right.
I have,
So, yeah, that's-
I have problems with Netflix movies because the series, some of them are actually good. I haven't had a good Netflix movie experience in a while.
Oh.
I will recommend Adam Sandler.
Yeah, except for that. The rest is like,
Which one?
Sandy Wexler.
I watched that. I didn't have the same reaction as you did.
I think you have a higher standard for things because you're so educated.
It was a lot better than like the two other movies he had on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Hateful
But it
Eight.
wasn't
the
saying
Ridiculous
much.
Six.
It was like,
Six.
okay.
Yeah, you're right. Even the Cloverfield Paradox, I watched that.
Oh.
I thought,
I heard it was.
okay, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's just okay.
It's just
It's just okay.
Alright.
The other two Cloverfield movies are really good.
Yeah.
So I think this is suffering
not-
from that.
Okay.
Like it's like an
Tomb
unfair
Raider.
standard. Like, oh, the first two are amazing. They should be amazing. I don't think so.
Oh,
Like,
speaking about Netflix, there's this series called Love.
oh yeah,
Season 3 is coming out sometime this week, so I can't wait to watch that.
that's
I
a Judd
avoid
Apatow.
those ones.
So here's the thing about that series. I've watched the first season. I after a while, I can't. I don't like the main character.
The guy who wrote
Yeah.
the thing,
Um,
he wrote it.
I think he wrote half, right? And Judd Apatow the other half.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
I don't know. I feel like I'm him.
TV, oh, this is going on record. You were infinitely more fun than him. Infinitely.
Okay, that's maybe true.
yeah.
All right. Lastly, moving on to me. I only watched one movie. Managed to cramp it in this week, and it's The Shape of Water. I mentioned to you.
Nice.
Cuman na liat.
Oh well, you rent it. I managed to watch it, and yes, I agree with Khai. It does deserve the Oscar.
Nice.
It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. The characters are all very compelling. There's, you expect a movie like this from Guillermo del Toro. Not really a lot of like super usage of CGI, but it is there, and
It's there,
and it's beautiful.
It's very it's funny because it's an innocent film with very dark undertones.
yes.
That's the beauty, is that it's ironic.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the only thing I've managed to watch this week because I have been having work done here at the house and it's finally finished. We have our recording space back.
Yay.
Yay.
You mean we didn't have it for a while?
No, because I think we did an episode last week.
It was early episode release late.
I got a t-shirt.
All right, so that's going to be it this week for the Wayang Crew. Special announcement, this is probably going to be Tibby's last episode.
Don't say that.
Probably
With
in a
us,
while.
in a while.
In a while.
Because he's shipping up and heading off to
Myanmar
for work.
and
Cherry black gold and cherry bini.
Which means finding black gold and finding a wife for all you American listeners out there.
yeah, I might be coming back after a few months for a while. I'm not sure I'll be able to find time.
Let's put it this way: if TB can't bring himself to the Wayang Crew will bring them to TB.
That's right.
I'll wait.
Wait, then all this equipment has to go.
All this equipment.
Let's move past this. Let's not get
But we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We love you, man.
In your new endeavors. And,
We'll miss you, man.
Yeah,
I know, especially.
You'll always be a Wayang Crew, so anytime you're back.
I'll post comments on our Instagram.
Thanks, man.
You'll try and win free stuff.
yeah.
Send it over, man.
All right, so that's going to be it on this episode of the Wayang Crew. I'd like to thank all my co-hosts today, Khai, Tibby, and Zainal for
Thanks.
being here. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast. This is Kevin signing out. Bye.
See you guys.